This is what is so compelling right now, a field of T2 cars, a unique class, really.
Yeah, it is a little bit. These cars essentially are production-based cars, and they are a very, I guess, interesting mixture of cars with things like Porsches, Mustangs, Corvettes, all running together. And within the rule set, every car gets its kind of own unique set of modifications they're allowed to sort of bring a balance of performance across them all. And what you'll see is a lot of this is it's very well.
I have been racing Mustangs for just a little over a year. I came from open wheel racing, mostly on the East Coast. I got into touring car racing. I became the U.S. Touring Champion in a BMW. My name is Beau Borders. I'm from Venice Beach, California. I race for DIG Motorsports. We are racing a Spec Mustang. We're in the Touring 2 class here at the SCCA Runoffs. We have several drivers. We all know each other really well. We all race hard with each other. Roger Eagleton is the guy who actually got me into these cars. Troy Ermish ran Southwest K&N NASCAR. David Ray, who runs and owns Hooked On Driving, very fast. The event we are at this weekend is called the SCCA Runoffs. SCCA is club racing, so you can race within your region wherever you live. You can race on a national level, you can race on a pro level. This is the one-off championship. This is one race to rule them all. Today is the first day of qualifying. I will probably be riddled with anxiety. I will be obsessing over what I could possibly do to squeeze out a tenth of a second, a half a second, 1 second. First through 20th is probably only going to be separated by a second, so every little nook and cranny counts. Sunday's race is going to be interesting. Just looking at the caliber of cars that are here, you've got Porsches, you've got BMWs, you've got other Spec Mustangs. They're the fastest people in the country. So really, my goal is to get into the top 10. To win the runoffs, you absolutely cannot make a mistake. One tiny little hiccup and you're gonna get passed by 3, 4, 5 cars.
An absolutely golden afternoon here in California wine country as we are enjoying a visit to this fabulous area for our coverage of the 55th running of SCCA's National Championship Runoff. Our coverage brought to you by Mazda, and this next race that is going to be coming out on track is one that should provide a lot of excitement and a bit of thunder as well. It's a class called T2.
Qualifying for the SCCA Runoffs. It was very, very tough out there. Right out of the gate, lap 1, turn 2, cars are just driving off the track or kicking up dirt everywhere. I had a really hard time putting together a clean lap. Ultimately, you just want everybody to just disappear so you can just put together a lap. And I would get almost the whole lap done, and then I'd just get bottlenecked up.
Qualifying today actually went pretty well. We qualified top 10. I've never raced the car that I'm in. I've never been in this car at this track, so to jump in there and do 4 laps and qualify in the top 10 is pretty good.
The qualifying session today, it was the first of 3, was a disappointment. We missed on setup. We've got a little too much air in the tires. I made a couple of mistakes. The driver definitely takes a hit there. We plan on moving up several spots in the next couple of days, maybe a bunch of spots.
Our expectations for the race on Sunday are to win the race. That's the bottom line. We think that our package overall, Spec Mustangs running the Apex wheels with the Hoosier tires, on the Cortex suspension setup is the top setup to go out here. But honestly, it's kind of a David versus Goliath situation, and we think that that's what gives us the edge. We have nothing to lose.
Track really quickly. Yeah, we've got the top 6 that qualified in this field. None of them are West Coasters, which is a very unique piece here to this runoffs. Out here in the West in Sonoma, there are around 500 competitors, probably about 2/3 of them actually from the West Coast. To have a field of T2s where the top group is all these foreigners coming in and trying to win at this track. I think what you're going to see is as the weekend progresses, they're going to continue to learn. Now some of these guys, a lot of seat time there. Resitano ran earlier, Preston Calvert, he ran earlier. Some other guys are getting seats.
Qualifying is done, testing is done. Any manic little changes we've made to our car are done. It's too late to change anything. You got what you got, and we're gonna go racing. We're starting around the mid-pack. That was kind of our plan in the first place. We think there's gonna be a lot of attrition at the start of the race. People kind of get pretty crazy. So our plan is just to kind of hang back, see what happens, and then go from there. So from here, we just kind of cross our fingers and see what's gonna happen.
But it is time to now go racing. 20 laps unfolding for Touring 2, T2 as it's called, at the SCCA National. Runoffs, wait for it, the green flag flies and away we go. It looked like Beau West Coast Spec Mustangs. Got a look at the approach by the 30 of Ray, trying to get down underneath. He's inside Borders, right side now, and he gets that pass done. So that little bit of offline racing by those two, nice opportunistic move by the 30 of Ray. Oh, big broken piece of bodywork on that number 21, unfortunately, for Roger Eagleton. He was one of those guys that was kind of on the move. A lot of experience. You can see him just pounding on the wheel. Now he's having an animated discussion on the radio. You can see the hands flailing. Battle for 11th is heating up. Scotty White trying to hang on to it in the 46 of Beau, or 76, excuse me, of Beau Borders is just launching an attack right now.
Oh man, the race was wild. I knew it was going to be crazy. I was in 19th. I'd never been that far back in the field, so I had a lot of work to do. There was total mayhem at turn 2. I got up side by side with the Camaro and one of my buddies in the Mustang. We were 3 wide going up.
I came right up the top of the hill, and all I saw was another car, Ken Peterson, aimed the wrong way, right in front of me, and I swear his eyes were about as big as dinner plates. I don't know how I didn't hit him. I don't know how somebody didn't smash into me from behind. I don't know how this car doesn't have any dents or dings in it.
We took advantage of it. We moved up like 3 or 4 spots, maybe even more than that. The race was actually kind of coming to us just like we predicted. We ran the harder compound tire on the Apex wheels, and everybody started burning off their tires within the first 3 or 4 laps. We were making up time, making up spots, and unfortunately we just lost a ball joint at one of the fastest spots on the course. Thankfully, the Apex wheel dealt with it really well. I mean, it got drug across the pavement at 110 miles an hour. We'll be back next year and make sure that we have maybe a little bit better ball joints in the car, but we'll be back again.